To be honest with you, it's going to be a challenge to read and remember all of your cases. That's why it's very important to learn how to summarize your cases effectively and efficiently. Here to give you a guide on how to do that is Attorney Clydeen Valencia, who is a graduate in the class of 2018.
Greetings. I am Clydeen L. Valencia. I graduated from the Far Eastern University Institute of Law in June 2018. I took the Philippine Bar examination in November 2018 and passed it in May 2019. This freshman orientation webinar was actually initiated by our batch because we believe that we can rise by pulling each other up and that we are braver together. Okay? So in this short video, I will share with you some tips on how to read a case and summarize them in preparation for your classes. Okay? So my first tip for you is to always refer to your course outline before reading. Do not read in vacuum. You should know that cases are assigned for a purpose. You should know why you will be reading a particular case. Why is that? Because cases may be used in a number of subjects. A criminal case may not only be assigned in your criminal law class, but also in constitutional law or remedial law classes. If a case is assigned in your criminal law class, your summary or digest must discuss the criminal law aspect of the case. Okay? So, keeping in mind the topic under which a case is assigned, your summary should discuss, say, the elements of a crime, or the difference between two crimes, or how the crime charged against an accused could not have been the crime he actually committed. Okay? Second tip is that in every case, there is a wrong turn. I learned that from now Dean Rod Vera, who was my professor in agency, partnership, and trust, and in intellectual property law. So, catch the fact which brought the event to trial or the incorrect or flawed argument asserted. Okay? Look for that wrong turn and you'll find your issue. The only cases to me which did not have wrong turns were those sorts of cases assigned to explain the concept of damnum absque injuria, or damage without injury. Okay? In those cases, the defendants did not violate any right of the plaintiffs. Nonetheless, those cases were assigned because the Supreme Court demonstrated the instances where they may have been damaged, but no damages prayed for were granted. Okay? In another time, you will learn the difference between damage and damages. Okay? The third, your summary and the way you should present it in class must be in this order: facts, issues, and ruling. But you don't have to write or prepare your summary or digest in that order. During my time, I did not write my summary or digest in that order. I write first the issue in the case, followed by the ruling of the Supreme Court. Okay? Finally, I choose facts which are related to the issue and ruling. Should my professor require that rulings of the trial court and appellate courts be recited too, I'll discuss the related portions of their respective decisions to the issue in the case. Okay? Let's take the case of Bunews GR number 195670, December 3, 2012, as an example. I assigned this case in my legal philosophy class last year to discuss the concept of equity, but it may likewise be assigned in constitutional law. Okay? So assuming you've read the case and you're about to summarize or digest it, or after reading the case and I'm about to summarize or digest it, I'll ask myself first. I'll refer to the course outline first, okay? And then ask myself, in relation to equity, what is the issue in Bumer versus Amores, okay? It's whether petitioner Bumer may invoke equity to support his prayer for reimbursement of his money used to purchase 5 parcels of land in the Philippines. Okay? Next question. How did the Supreme Court rule? The Supreme Court ruled that, that petitioner Bumer may not invoke equity to support his prayer for reimbursement of his money used to purchase the 5 parcels of land because equity, as a rule, follows the law and equity will not permit that which cannot be done directly be done indirectly. Okay? Equity may supplement the law but not supplant it. Okay? There's a constitutional prohibition against foreign ownership of Philippine land, which petitioner Blumer knowingly and willfully violated. So to grant petitioner Blumer's prayer for reimbursement of his money used to purchase the 5 parcels of land here in the Philippines is to do indirectly what cannot be done directly. Okay? Thus, equity may not be applied in the instant case. Finally, what are the facts related to the issue? Here are they. In 1980, petitioner Bumer, a Dutch national, and defendant Amores, a Filipina, got married. Second, in 2000, the Regional Trial Court declared the nullity of the spouse's marriage based on their psychological incapacity to comply with essential marital obligations. Third, thereafter, petitioner Bumer filed a petition for dissolution of conjugal partnership so that the real properties, which include which include 5 parcels of land, 3 of which have residential houses constructed thereon, and personal properties, which petitioner Bumer and defendant Amores acquired by purchase during their cohabitation. Fourth, during trial, petitioner Bumer admitted that the constitutional prohibition against foreigners purchasing lands in the Philippines is the reason why the certificates of title on the 5 parcels of land were registered under the name of his former wife. Okay? So, going back to my tips, applying my tips, if my student did not refer to my course outline, to the course outline I provided them, him or her, he or she would have decided the case differently. His or her issue could be whether petitioner Bumer is entitled to reimbursement of his money used to purchase the 5 parcels of land. He or she could have totally missed to mention equity. Okay? That issue is correct. Okay? But it is an issue which is more appropriate to be recited in a constitutional law class. Okay? So there are my 3 tips for you on how to read and summarize cases in preparation for your class. I hope I was able to provide you a, a guide on how you should go about, on how you should start reading your cases. Okay? I wish you well. I wish everyone well, and I hope to see you around.